this fascination with the idea of vampires coming to the rescue of women who are being made uncomfortable by very creepy men. And I can tell you exactly why I have that fascination. It's because not once in my entire life has anybody ever come to my rescue when a man is making me feel uncomfortable. Not even my own parents. I have had situations where I have asked, begged, pleaded to leave a certain area because a man was making me uncomfortable, and I was told to just deal with it, or you should be flattered that somebody is paying attention to somebody who looks like you. When I told my parents I no longer wanted to sing for any of the members of their church because the men of that church like to hug on me and press up against me without my consent, their response was, "They're good Christian men. They don't mean anything by it. You're reading too much into it." I said they should learn to keep their hands to themselves, and I was told I was a bad person for saying that. When I was 19, I dated a man who was 25. Total red flag there, but nobody ever wanted to go out with me before. And so I was young and naive, and I went out with him. And it wasn't long into that relationship before he started to abuse me. He was a toxic Star Wars fan long before the internet was a thing, and he hated Star Trek. I like Star Trek. And he would go on these rants about how Star Trek is stupid and nobody should watch Star Trek and everybody should watch Star Wars. And I was getting scared because he was getting so angry, and I would say to him very softly, "Please stop. I like Star Trek." And his response every time to this very gentle request was to grab me and throw me into a wall. And while the breath was knocked out of me, he would have me pinned against the wall, his fist under my chin. One time we went to Disneyland, and everything I said was wrong that day, according to him. And he was constantly grabbing me really hard where the clothes would hide the bruises and shaking me as hard as he could and yelling and screaming at me. And not one single person stepped up. Not a cast member, not security, not a man whose horrified look I could still see as he realized that this grown man was abusing a teenage girl right there in public. No one came to my defense. I have never had anyone try to rescue me. And that is the reason why I am fascinated with the idea of vampires rescuing women from creepy men.